Just that. There's a just 103 Club.
That's it. What else is? If you don't know, fucking ask somebody. And they won't know.
And they won't know either.
And then they'll have to ask somebody. Yeah. And then eventually, enough people will be talking
It'll get back to us.
Like, it'll get back to us. Cheers, Neal.
Cheers, my friend. Hey, 103 Club, by the way. Stick, Neal Ruhl. Notice who's not here.
Yeah.
I'm not pouring any of mine out.
Nick
Leach not here. Braylon Edwards not here as well. For somebody who campaigned so hard.
You know, he was at a signing today, and I don't know what that's like.
That is true.
Like, people actually want him to sign stuff for them. So, yeah. Have you ever signed autographs for people?
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
It's subtle flex, but it's funny. Detroit City FC is where they mainly come from.
Okay.
And there was a big goal up until they beat Columbus Crew, probably the biggest goal that they ever scored. It was a big deal, obviously. Somebody brought a picture, like a big 16 by 20 picture of the goal, and that was kind of where, like, the Of Course was born, because like our biggest goal scorer, Tyrone Mundy, scored the goal.
Of course.
Yeah. Tyrone Mundy, of course. And like it, people got hype, obviously. And so somebody was giving at a wedding as a gift a huge framed picture of that goal. And they wanted me to sign it, and they wanted me to put "of course" on there.
Nice.
I was blown away by that. That was pretty cool.
Working in Top 40 radio, like, young kids look at you as like you're special.
Right.
Clearly, you're not.
Right.
But you're out at, like, a 7-Eleven event standing with your radio station tent.
Yeah,
and
it's cool. Yeah.
People come up and, I've signed kids' shoes before. Joey signed an ear of corn for somebody before when we were doing a high school crash out, like, way out in the boondocks. This chick literally brings up an ear of corn, and Joey signs it. It popped up on my memories like a couple months ago, and I screenshot it and sent it to Joey. Like, that's a flex. When you're signing ears of corn
or body parts,
you've made it.
Yeah, you've made it. I've never done any of that. So it's always been photos or hats or stuff like that. There's been a couple of pictures that people wanted. So one time I had to do a picture. There's a big autograph collector in the area. And he wanted me to sign like a little picture of me or whatever, so I did that.
What'd that retail for?
I would guess that if he got it authenticated, I would guess it had to have gone for at least $100,000.
Okay, yeah, it's like a Picasso,
more or less. It's pretty much the
Picasso.
Same. Picasso.
I
think that's an accurate description.
Picasso. It's like a cheap version.
That ain't a Picasso. It's more like a Picasso.
A Picasso. Oh, there's Braylon right now. What does he have?
Is he coming in?
Is Braylon coming in? Damn it, I just switched it to the 2-stairs.
You did.
Look, I'm sorry I'm late.
Yeah, we were told you were not coming.
I had a collection memorabilia dude sign some pieces for him, and he gave me this D-Mac sign to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know where this is, right?
Oh, yeah. Seat from Joe Louis Arena.
My man.
Yeah.
Neal Ruhl,
Yeah.
Right there. It's a lot of cuss words in there, but I guess we can cuss in here.
Yeah. Do you know I have a seat from the Silverdome?
As do I, yeah.
Which means absolutely nothing, because you can't tell it's from the Silverdome at all.
Here's a good question right now, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'll start with you.
Okay.
What seat would be the best? Would it be a Palace seat? Would it be a Silverdome seat? Joe Louis seat?
I got a Tiger Stadium seat.
Tiger
Stadium, yeah.
To me, Tiger Stadium.
I would go with Tiger Stadium, Joe Louis, Silverdome.
Yeah.
Braylon?
Hey.
What does this say? To Braylon. Here you go. Here's your mic. I got the mic go in there. I got to do some notes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To Braylon, D-Mac 25.
Going limp.
Blah, 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 blah.
All right.
In that fight, I fucked him up. My little bro, something, Stanley Cup, obviously 97, 98, 02, 08. D-Mac. This is dope.
Were you with D-Mac
man.
today?
No.
At the signing? Okay. How'd you get that then?
I was with a memorabilia guy that does work with D-Mac and me as well.
Okay.
So D-Mac signed this at an event 2-3 months ago, and he had it.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever signed? Because we were just talking
about that, ironically enough.
Weirdest thing. I signed a baby.
You signed a baby?
Signed a baby and felt bad about it.
Was it your baby?
It was not my baby.
Did you know the baby mama?
No, it was a fan.
They just handed you a baby.
It was outside the Michigan game. It was the first kid. It was the first kid that I ever known that was named Braylon.
Okay.
So it was like 03.
All right.
They used to come to the game 01, 02, and then 03. Boom, baby name is Braylon. I signed a belly button.
Belly button, nice.
On a belly button.
Joey signed an ear of corn once.
Who?
Joey.
Ear of corn.
Yeah, we were out at a high school football game and like in Armada or something like that. Someone brought an ear of corn for him to sign.
Was he white?
Oh yeah, no, there you go.
Good talk, Braylon. Hey, next week,
You imagine-
103, man.
Next week.
You see, I stopped first where I came.
Hey man,
I know.
Leach ain't here either, so
Yeah.
don't worry.
You're cool. No, but hey, that's the 103 Club. Who knows what the hell is going to happen?
Yeah, just come on in.
How about that? We're talking about autograph and stuff.
And he comes in with the chair backing.
That's pretty funny.
How disappointed are you in your Silverdome chair? I'm sorely disappointed.
Are you? Because I got the number 20,
So did I.
and it's signed by Len Barney
Oh well, fuck
Billy
you.
Sims.
Oh, then eat a dick. Okay.
and Barry Sanders.
Yeah, see, mine it's number 20, and it's dusty, it's old, it's scratched up, like.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean,
But I'm redoing my basement, so I'll do a nice little tribute for it. I need to get like a plaque to put on it, otherwise people are gonna be like, "What are those?" You know, because it's not like they were easily recognizable seats.
see, I think they are.
Really?
You got the blue one?
Yeah, I got the blue
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I think that they are. I think if a sports fan walked in your basement and it was sitting on the wall, they'd be like, "Oh, that's a seat from the Silverdome."
I'd much rather have Tiger Stadium though than the
Yeah,
Silverdome.
I have
but,
one of those.
But that's why I got the Silverdome though, because I missed out on Tiger Stadium. I was like, I'm never gonna let that happen
The
again.
FOMO was real with you.
Yeah, like even I wanted to go there and just at least steal an armrest, you know, something like that.
Steal an armrest.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I am not as big as I used to be in the memorabilia because I had a big finished basement at my old house and it was like TVs everywhere. I mean, it was
That's what I'm doing
legit
in
a
my
Buffalo.
basement.
It was legit a Buffalo Wild Wings in my
Nice.
basement. And we moved to the new house and we just haven't. It's a big basement. So
Okay.
I mean, I'd choose between the outdoor deck and the basement.
What's your favorite piece of memorabilia?
Probably that seat is one of them. I have a 1957 Detroit Lions team picture that's
Okay.
signed by 21 of them. I think 15 of them are no longer with us.
To the champions.
But the last world
Last
champions.
champs.
Yeah.
Not,
That means
not Super Bowl champs, but
world champions.
world champions.
And that one weirdly, and not because of the guys who signed it. I mean, there were some fairly big time players for that time. It's just being a Lions fan.
Mm-hmm.
That does mean a lot. It means a lot more to me than it probably should. I'm also big on a Heisman Trophy. I get mini helmets signed by Heisman Trophy winners.
That's cool.
I have about 18 of them.
Okay. I have a Nolan Ryan signed baseball
That's cool.
from a no-hitter, which
Yeah.
pretty awesome. I love that. I have is it 1967 Tigers?
68.
68. I have the 68 Tigers bat signed by everybody that was on the team.
That's strong.
That's a cool play. I have the 89-90 Pistons team ball signed by the whole team. I have the 04 Pistons team ball signed by the whole team. I got some cool stuff, but like my favorite, I have Mike Tyson black trunk signed by Mike Tyson.
Speaking of that, I have the Mike Tyson's punch out picture.
So
of
do
him.
I.
Yeah,
So do I.
signed by Mike Tyson.
Yep, I got
16 by
that.
20,
I have
yeah.
also as a glove signed by Mike
Yeah.
Tyson. Like
I am
and
big on the boxers too.
I have a Bo Jackson Oakland Raiders jersey signed.
Oh, that's big time.
Yep. I have a Maglio Ordonez jersey signed, which
Yeah. I have
it's big locally,
I have
but
the 16 by 20 of him hitting the home run. That's
Okay.
pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm big on memorabilia, but I like big pictures and I like helmets. I have an Oscar De La Hoya
Ooh,
boxing glove.
that's fun.
You know, I am big on the boxers too.
Okay.
So I do like boxing a lot.
You want to talk about the draft? I mean, we just got off the show, talked about the draft
yeah.
for 2 hours. But it's
After
the
talking about it
103
for
Club
4 hours
for
yesterday.
our 30 viewers here that maybe weren't watching there.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, sure.
All right.
Sure. I mean, you got two of the best players at a position.
Yeah.
Arguably. Of course, I think the Jets would feel differently about you know what I'm saying though. The Jaguars would feel differently. They think they got the best defensive lineman or whatever, but
Right.
but it's the Jaguars. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I'm always going to trust in Brad Holmes.
That seems to be the theme even with our
Yeah.
2-hour show. Like I don't care what they do today cuz I know it's going to be good.
Something will work.
Right.
And it's not. Here's the thing. As big as the Jameson Williams move is, it's not tied to that for me. With
Right.
him.
Right.
Because as long as it's very simple. Just do what you did the last draft. Get 3 starters.
Yeah. If you
Three-
can do that,
3 bona fide starters.
real starters.
Real starters.
Yeah. Yeah, set it and forget it, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll say this, even if you want to back it up, what's a hit rate for a draft? I would say, 40%?
Probably.
For every pick I'm talking about across the board.
Yeah, no, less than that, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like 33. Let's say 1/3.
1 in 3.
Yeah,
okay?
1 in 3.
So the math dictates Aiden Hutchinson or Jamison Williams will be a hit. One of them will be a hit. And I'm talking like a second contract.
A Pro Bowler.
Yeah, a second contract.
Yeah.
So the math says one of them will be a hit, and I'm all right with that.
Yep. All right. Well, that's the draft talk for today. I mean, we literally just spent 2 hours. If you guys wanted to hear me and Neal talk about the draft, just go to the...
Click the next box on the YouTube channel right under us right now.
Go to the Woodward Sports YouTube page and, look up Big D Energy from today, April 29th.
Right.
But yeah, Neal, 103 Club, we talked about autograph signings.
Yeah, we did.
Talked a little bit about the draft. I want to talk to you about the opportunity that you're affording me this weekend.
Yes, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
For a multitude of reasons. College baseball, NCAA baseball, the Oakland Golden Grizzlies on Sunday.
Yep. So
ESPN Plus, 1 o'clock.
Rewind a little bit. I started doing color commentary January of last year. So I've been at it for about a year and 4 months, period, right? Mm-hmm. And fell in love with it right off the gate. Like, out of everything I've ever done in broadcasting, that's the one thing, like,
it's fun.
I would leave everything else behind to go be a color commentator.
It's fun, man.
I would. I honestly would. And so I've been doing a lot of high school games. I was able to do some G League games for the Crews for the NBA, which is fun to get up on that level. And I came to you the other day, and I was like, hey, man, if you ever hear of any openings or anything like that, let me know. I'm interested in doing this. And
8 minutes later, you're the color commentator for Sunday.
And here we go, baby. Oakland University. I'm already at the NCAA ranks in baseball.
Division I, yeah, exactly.
And that's no joke, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like, to you, it's nothing because you've been at it. It's old hat for you. But do you remember like the first time that you were like, oh shit, I'm doing an NCAA game?
Oh, my first basketball game. Mm-hmm. I had been working for a couple of seasons. For those that don't know, Mario Mpemba was the radio voice of Oakland before I was.
For basketball?
For basketball,
okay.
Yeah. He was, he had been doing it for a while. And when the Tigers got good around that 2010, when they got consistently good, where it was playoffs every year, 2011, 12, 13, etc., he was like, hey, man, I gotta tap out. And I had been with Oakland, and that coincided with their move to the Horizon League, which will also tell you how stupid this industry is, like play-by-play and stuff like that. It's all luck.
Oh, yeah.
All of it is luck in a network.
It's life.
Which is life. I mean, yeah.
That's who you know.
Right. 100%.
Literally.
So Oakland signed on with the
Neal
Horizon
Ruhl.
League.
Look at this.
Yeah, and
Sunday, I'm doing a baseball game.
Finger snap. There it is.
It was that easy.
So they had a deal with ESPN has a deal with the Horizon League at the time. That was ESPN Plus back then. I believe it was ESPN 3 at the time.
Okay. The Ocho.
The Ocho, yeah. So, you had to do games. So Oakland hired me to do all the games. And when I say all of them, I mean all of them. Men's soccer, women's soccer, volleyball, men's basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball.
See, yeah, I don't know enough about soccer to be able to call it an intelligent game. Volleyball I could probably do.
Yeah.
The 3 majors, obviously, I could do. But, yeah, outside of that, I've been asked to do a lacrosse game. I'm like, you don't want me doing lacrosse. Like, hey, that guy's running there. Threw it to the guy over, like, and he passes the ball to the man.
to the man.
to the man, and boom goes the dynamite.
But I remember when Mario stepped aside, and I was the show doing basketball on radio. And that year, Oakland's first game was at North Carolina.
Okay.
So the day before, I'm looking at the game notes and stuff, and it's Oakland at North Carolina. The Tar Heels, and it says television. I forget, Fox Sports South or whatever it was, West Durham play-by-play, doing TV play-by-play. Underneath that, it says Neal Ruhl, Oakland radio play-by-play. And I was like, holy shit.
Hell yeah.
And then we get in the building, I get all the radio stuff set up, and we're in the building, and we're like 5 minutes from going on air. And I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, you're doing Division I basketball at North Carolina, at the Dean Dome. Like, this is unbelievable.
This is it.
That's
almost the apex of college basketball,
right?
Right.
Right. And after the North Carolina game, we're going to play UCLA at UCLA. Ugh. And then we're playing at Cal, and then we're playing at Gonzaga. Those were the first 4. My first 4 Division I games as a voice of Golden Grizzlies. That was that.
Lord.
And I remember just sitting there, and I'm starting to, like, get nervous. And I didn't lose that up until probably about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Like that little bit, it decreased through the years, but just that little bit of nerve to know you're alive.
Yeah. To me, I don't really look at that as nerves because I get the same thing. Like
Yeah.
when I started on the radio, like I had my routine and all that. And it's not nerves, it's just energy, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Nervous to me implies scared.
Right.
And it's
Nervous
not that
energy.
It's not that you're scared. You're just amped up for something that's
Right.
about to happen.
Yeah, and that's what it was. And I'll never forget this, and I've told this story before. Mario sent me a text, and he sent me a text, and he's like, "Hey, don't F this up." and Mario and I have a great relationship. We're
Right.
good friends to this day. He's my mentor in the business. I still hit him up with stuff like when I want to get his advice on jobs to pursue, or if he knows anybody or stuff like that. We're still very, very
insight
close.
to the chair incident.
I do not.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I do not.
The whole thing.
Yeah. But I believe he's one of the best in the game. He's one of the best to, certainly in Tigers history, one of the best television guys to ever do it.
Oh, and what a run they had too.
Yeah.
The teams that they got to call.
Right. No question.
That's a lot of it, right?
Yeah. And I mean, he started at the bottom, when they were awful,
Right.
was when he kind of stepped in. But I mean, he's a first class dude, and I'll never forget that as long as I live, because it did. Like, it made me laugh because we always joked around all the time when we were on the air. And that was our thing. Like, I try to always get him to laugh on air. I could never do it because he's a pro, And he made me laugh, and then I took a breath, and I did the game, and here we are.
Do you have any advice for me?
Um,
Because my approach to color commentary is I very much love the Tony Romo approach. Like I'm watching the game with you, enjoying it with you.
Right.
Like
Well, that's how I'm not. It always blows my mind, like, the further I go in this and doing NBA games and calling Kevin Durant and doing soccer nationally and MLS matches. It always makes me laugh because I don't see myself like that, but obviously other people do.
Right.
Because I'm calling the games. I didn't go to Syracuse. I don't tell you that I went to Syracuse, so that's how you know at first, because Syracuse guys are always the first to tell you I went to Syracuse.
Dude, Syracuse guys are the worst. Honestly.
They are,
in
man.
every aspect. They literally have, like, I got passed over a job because two dudes went to Syracuse.
No other reason.
No other reason. Not talent based.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't go to Syracuse. I'm not the most refined speaker.
Right.
I guess that's a way to say it.
Even though you're snooty, Neal.
Even though I'm snooty Neal, I do games in the same fashion that you were talking about.
Okay, cool.
I do it when I broadcast a game. It's like we're sitting at a bar stool,
Right.
next to each other having a drink.
That's the way it should be, and I think that's the evolution of game calling moving forward. Like, you're seeing a little bit of it with the Manning cast, a little more, less, I don't want to say less professional, but less polished.
More human.
Right. Which I think is the way of everything, especially with social media. You see that organic videos taken from your phone are better than overproduced videos.
No doubt. No doubt.
So it's not overproduced, I think, is probably the best term.
I'm not
for it.
over polished. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and I mean, yeah, we have like a quote unquote announcer voice. Like, I do have that to some degree, but
Yeah.
anybody who does it does. But it's not extra. It's the way I talk in real life.
Right. I do not have an announcer voice. I just have a voice.
You just have a voice that
Like,
was
my
given
voice
to you.
is weird. Even when I was on the radio, they're like, you don't sound like anybody. I'm like, that's a good thing. But then other people are like, you don't sound like anybody. It's like, we're not hiring you. It's like,
I knew that was corporate right there as soon as you said it.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of the appeal of why people like me, because it's more, I'm your friend more than I'm talking down to you.
I'm watching the game with a buddy. Instead of being
100%.
talked to.
100%.
Like Joe Buck, not a fan. Not a fan.
I don't
He
mind
seems
him.
funny.
Yeah.
When he was on the Manning cast, he was fucking fantastic.
His book was great.
Book was great, but to me, he's a little too rigid when he's calling a game.
Yeah, which, and that's valid. I don't mind Joe Buck. I think he's fair. He's good at what he does. But all that being said, I think kind of that's the appeal with me, is I'm just calling it the same way I'll call it with you on Sunday. I'll make jokes.
Right.
I'll bring other stuff that are around us. If a flock of birds flies away and it's on camera, I'll speak to it for a minute.
All right. Yeah,
I do
the only
stuff
thing
like
I'm worried about is the timing, right? Because that's where a good play-by-play guy comes in. It's literally like you're a counterpuncher. Like, you're going to make your point. I got to slide in with the 30, 15 seconds I have. Boom, boom, boom. Get back out so you can get back to the action.
Yeah, and
baseball allots that a lot easier.
It is. That's the easiest to do it.
Yep.
And especially televised baseball.
Okay.
because it's less rigid, because I don't have to describe it because you see it.
Watching it. Right. My old boss, Tony, from iHeartRadio, used to hate that. He's like, it's TV. You don't have to over-enunciate. You don't have to over-produce it. Like, it's TV. I'm watching it.
Right. So that I get more into the storytelling and stuff like that. I haven't done a baseball game yet this year for Oakland due to conflicts of schedules and stuff. So, it'll be a little for me kind of getting back in the swing and doing baseball and stuff like that.
Hell yeah. I'm excited, man. I really am.
I am too. I'm excited you're doing it too. I mean, just to have another person there to bounce stuff off of.
Yeah, because baseball is such a plodding game. Yeah.
It is. I mean, it is.
9 innings in college?
Yep.
All right.
9 innings.
Yep. I like high school. 7 innings, in and out. Pop, pop, pop.
Truth be told, I think college baseball should go that route too.
Yeah. What do you think about the 2-3 count? Because that's what like my old high school and the Catholic League here in Detroit does.
For youth,
3 balls, 2 strikes.
For youth, I don't really have a problem with it. For youth baseball, like high school baseball, I don't. When you start getting into college and coaches are being paid and it's real. But then I guess you say it should be 7 innings. Here's the real deal with that, because there's a lack of pitching.
Yeah, it's tough. They don't have the people to make it an interesting 9 inning game.
Right.
All right.
So there's a lack of pitching.
Well, we'll find out Sunday.
We will. Oh yeah, here.
Are you done, man?
I talked a lot on this episode. My apologies.
Well, it's just me and you this time.
It is.
It's how
103.
it started, though.
What's up? We gonna get Jeezy on the track or what?
I gotta text him this week. I will. All right.
This guy.
Enjoy your 103.
Cheers,
enjoy your Friday. Go Lions. Make sure you're watching Oakland University. You said ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus, Sunday, 1 o'clock.
And if you work at ESPN, make sure you're watching that game and know that we're putting you on notice that this is the best color commentary and play-by-play people in the effing NCAA.
And that's opinion, not fact.
No, it's fact in my world.
See y'all next Friday, man.
Well, see you later.
See you later.
Stole your line.